Scorpio, welcome to your April forecast. Let's start with an oracle card. And oh my gosh, I usually have these already done and on the channel premiering. It is 4 p.m., but had other things happening today. So yeah, we're still working on it. Cat's puked on the bed. Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. 44. All right, let's see what your moon energy is. With our moonology. Our electricity went out last night with a storm. I keep forgetting I have to reset some of my clocks. Scoot that over. All right, the moonology says, ooh, there you are, Scorpio. Work through your fears and reclaim your power. Wow, you're staring something right in the face. What is it? Your fears, I guess. Oh, Percy. Just ate all this food. Oh, never ending story 37. What is that never ending story? Oh, this was flipped out too. Milk and honey. We're going to take both of them. So I think there's something that you need to clear out here, Scorpio. So you can have this milk and honey. It's what everybody is kind of bequeathed in spirit. All right, let's see what we have for you in the tarot. Let's look at your recent past first. We have the King of Swords. Okay. 7 of Wands. And a 3 of Wands. Your current, you have Temperance. 3 of Pentacles, another 3. And the 5 of Wands. And your future, you have the 8 of Wands. Ace of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Let me adjust the camera just a little bit. There we go. I think that is better. All right, let's get your crossing energy here. Oh, look at that. Another Ace of Cups just popped out for you. Interesting. Scorpio. Some new love here. Something going on. More 7s. So we have a 7 and a 7. Repeating numbers are important. High Priestess. Scoot these over just a little bit. The Hermit. 5 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups. 5 of Swords. Don't like you. Strength. And the King of Cups. Okay. All right, Scorpio, let's look at your recent past. We have the King of Swords here, and the King of Swords is very wise, mature energy, very knowledgeable. But, the King of Swords lacks emotion, not a whole lot of outward, emotion. And so if you were being very stoic with something, your decision making, or this is someone who doesn't really, I shouldn't say doesn't have emotions. They don't show emotions, right? Very stoic. So this is saying that this love, this heart needs to be added to this situation, whether this is you or someone else. This is what was lacking here, was this, this represents a new beginning in love, but, it's the potential for love. But in this case, I think this was lacking here. This is someone who's really focused on study, on learning, on being knowledgeable, and doesn't really put a lot of emphasis on the heart type matters. So I don't know if that was you or somebody you were dealing with. They needed to bring some love into the situation or just at least show some caring. And look at these two sevens. Wow. You know, do we have any more sevens? Let me look. 10, ace, 8. Okay, but you got them together. So I feel like this Seven of Wands is you standing your ground, possibly already, you've completed challenges in the past. That's what the mountain represents. You might still have, challenges yet to go. I mean, who doesn't on their journey in life? So what I have to ask you is, are these people down there, are they supporting you on this journey, and you are they respecting your boundaries, or are they not? Who's your tribe? Who's around you? Are they supportive, or are they naysayers? You know, and that energy, whichever one I mean, if you're around people that are not, supportive of you, that's really unfortunate. And it sucks because sometimes it's your family, but it's your journey, right? So this is about you standing tall and really being committed, to your own heart. I got that X marks the spot here, and really standing up for what you believe and what is right and true for you. And this almost kind of defensive line in the sand is being crossed by a Seven of Pentacles. This is being analytical, thoughtful about your resources and what you're putting your energy into, what you're wanting to grow, what your expectations are for what your actions, what you're doing, how what is it going to provide, maybe even long term. And so I think this card right here is asking you how your actions here, how is this going to help you in the future develop your resources? Is this going to hinder you being standoffish and holding your ground? Or is that kind of energy, is it going to help you? Because sometimes you might need teamwork. This is kind of a, drawing a line in the sand and saying you're not going to do certain things. But this is saying there needs to be some analysis there in that regard. Okay, and then the last for your past, you have Three of Wands and the High Priestess. There was something here you were looking at, wanting to expand, because this is my card of expansion, looking abroad, looking for places beyond where you are. I get expanding your horizons, expanding your intuition is what we see here with the High Priestess. Whereas this is a card of expansion. This also, in a way, is because she doesn't have a roof over her head. She's got unlimited potential. And so I think there is this realization that there are opportunities around you everywhere. And I really feel like you were in the recent past guided by your intuition with this desire to look around for opportunities. Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's very expansive, both of them. All right. Let's look at your current energy. I'm Sagittarius and my boy is Virgo. So we have Temperance and the Hermit. This could be people that crossed your path. But this is really more aspects of your own inner world here. That's what we have with the universal energies. Temperance, I love Temperance. It's a card of patience, which, us fire signs are often short on. But the biggest part of this is the inner alchemy. Sagittarius is a very robust and optimistic sign. And we do have a hard time of it. Although we are very lucky, it's luck in a perceptive kind of way, I believe, because no matter what happens to us or for us, however you want to see it, right? We are able to stay optimistic, to still find our happiness, and we're that wounded warrior. We keep on keeping on, but we don't let anything that comes our way that is bad to wreck us. And that's that inner alchemy. But this also is a card of inner alchemy as well, because the hermit on his journey has to go like deep dive introspection right here, right? You probably have a guide, someone that is very important to you. Oh, look, there's an element of time here. We have the time turner right there on the shelf. And so I get the feeling you're being guided by your intuition here, and these wands here with the lantern reminds me of his light. So I think you're being guided during this time. I feel it's your higher self here, Scorpio. And so I think you're spending a time here of introspection, doing some inner healing, some inner alchemy to find your balance and your peace. But that you might be going through a time where you just want to be alone, you know. If you're not there, this is saying possibly some alone time would do you good, is what this is saying, because these are two energies coming together that are very deep and very introspective, both of them. I mean, his story is he's done the whole dark night of the soul, and I think all these books represent all the trials and tribulations, knowledge, and everything that has happened in his life. But there comes a time where it's time to get back out into the world, you know, and share your knowledge before it's too late. You know, he's getting pretty up there. And did you know that it makes me? I thought of Gandalf, and then I thought of Dumbledore, and Jonathan Lithgow, definitely one of my favorite actors, is going to be playing Dumbledore in the HBO Harry Potter series. And I was like, what? There's a what? Wow, that's amazing. So, right here in the middle of your current energy, we have two pentacles. Right here, we have three of pentacles and the five of pentacles. We have this card of teamwork, but then we have this card of being, you know, the very quintessential left out in the cold. You know, this is not teamwork. This is not being recognized. This is feeling like your contributions are weak, or, you know, you're not being heard. Something like that. And maybe that's what's prompting this inner, this this trip inside. It's when I read these cards, it's not like this is coming first and this is second and this is third. These are kind of interchangeable. This is the general story of what's going on with you. So something possibly within your work, it's not, it doesn't feel like teamwork. You feel like you're being left out of the teamwork somehow, some way, you know. And it could be that these people are just not, you're not communicating effectively. Possibly Mercury retrograde could be, or, you know, to be honest, not everybody gels together. Not everybody is on the same frequency. Not everybody is going to get along, and it might just be a bad match personality wise. But the thing here to focus on, because we have this card of teamwork and really doing the best you can and really communicating with people, is if you're feeling deficient in some area here, you know, take a course, learn something new, you know, try to, you know, focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses, because there is this focus on the weaknesses here within this teamwork, right? And so try to strengthen yourself, you know, focus on what you really do good and try to get better and better at that. Or if need be, you know, um, I hate to say find a new job, but maybe it's time to learn something new, That's what this is telling me right here. If you're having trouble in that regard, but this could send you to a place that, needs some healing here. And so weird. Look at this. So you also have competition here and conflict, right? So this could be here at this work or whatever this, whoever you are dealing with mostly. This could be a family thing because we do have the Ten of Cups here. So there could be, you're just not working well with your family. I'm not sure. Maybe this is school related, you know, but this is also a card of training. It's of learning to cope and get along with differences in opinions and chaos and things like that. And so the Ten of Cups is stepping in here because we've got this issue here and we got this issue here. I feel like the Ten of Cups is saying that, they're triumph after difficulty. This period you're going through here, it's difficult, but what you'll get out of it in the end is going to be priceless. Your ability to work through your fears, that's what we have here, reclaiming your power. This is the land of milk and honey right here. Working through these fears right here, inadequacies, not feeling like you know enough, yada yada. That's gonna be what helps you reclaim your power and your happiness. That's what I'm feeling, big time, Scorpio. So I think that's a big deal, to work through whatever this issue is, because you got a 5 here and you got a 5 there. And you got a 5 here. So you got some change coming in, change how you deal with people, how you communicate. Future energy, something is going to happen quickly. We got some, momentum picking up here, but man, it's a hollow victory, and I don't like to see that. So do be careful with, and this, if this is your victory, this is talking about winning at any cost. I don't want that. I don't want you trying to just get a win out of this. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that energy. Be careful with that. And it could be that someone might be coming at you with this energy, because if you're having conflict and chaos in this situation, that might be what they're out to do. So either way it goes, this is coming. So be very careful, on the lookout for this energy here of someone who is really cutthroat. Yeah, be wary of that in the future. I'm not a fan of that. I'll be honest with you. And so once again, we get back to that, reclaiming your power and work through your fears. Now we have the Ace of Cups again, whereas it was a crossing energy over here. Here it's your main energy of really just wanting a new beginning in something that you love, maybe that you want love, maybe you are looking for love. This could also be an unrealized dream. It's potential energy, the Ace of Cups. And so that's being crossed by strength. So this is saying be brave in love, be brave. Maybe that's some aspect of your fears here with, feeling lovable. You are. But there needs to be like this inner work here with the Temperance and the Hermit. I think that will help you get to, really taming the beast that negative introject inside. If you have any self-doubt, things like that, because we see it here, this inadequacy and weakness here with the Five of Pentacles. This is about being strong and reclaiming your power, your love and your spirit. That's this right here, because now she can use the dark side, basically a shadow, to step up and be a protector for her. Instead of tearing her down, she's turned it that way, as a protector, not in this manner. So I think you're going to be protecting your heart in the future. I think you're going to know your worth too, for sure. Because I think your goals here is the Ten of Pentacles and this King of Cups. Whether this King of Cups is a you type energy, male or female, doesn't matter. This is someone who's really done that deep dive in the emotions. This is you, Scorpio. This is you. So this is you coming into that power. We do see it eventually, but this also could be someone else, someone who's very emotionally mature, someone who is ready to give that cup of love here, and have this Ten of Pentacles with you, So this is either the dream you're having, or this is what you're working towards as you reclaim your power, as you work through your fears of whatever they are. You might be looking into tarot or divination to find that. I think someone is seeing you having a happy family, right? I think maybe you can see it in your future if you don't already have it, because you could already have a good relationship with someone, but this could be workplace, or it could be, family issues, or, not like your spouse or your partner. It could be, the other part of your family could have issues. It just depends on where you are in that story. But it looks like this has a good conclusion. I would say this looks good. So let's pull just a couple of bonus cards here to end it and see what else we have. And let me know if you like this spread or if you just prefer the stack and then the 3 and then the clarifiers. Let me know which you like better. Oops, I think we had a flip. Ooh, Felix. Felicitas. That's what I have right here. Power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. That's milk and honey. Milk and honey. And so let's get your tea leaf. So I'm just going to draw 3, 2. And we have, aha, yay! I feel like you need this. 4-leaf clover. Great and good fortune. We have candle. Oh, there it is. He's got the candle, the hermit. You will be shown the way by your spirit. I like that. And boat. Money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. And for some of you, that could be what the conflict and stuff is about, is if, you were bequeathed something and they're like, so-and-so got so much, and blah, blah, blah. Let them argue. Who cares? I mean, you care, but who cares, right? Okay. Get one more card. One more card. Beam, beam, bam. Balance. That's part of that temperance energy too. Take some time to relax, indulge a little more or less, set boundaries with your work. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, I do think for some of you, this is confirming this has something to do with setting boundaries within your work. Maybe they're taking advantage of you. Maybe they're running you into the ground, just because they want you to make a quota, get ahead, golly, man. Well, there you go. This really really brought it all together. Oops. Hold on. All right. This really brought it all together. Definitely has something to do for some of you with your work, you know. So definitely set boundaries with your work, Scorpio. That is it for this reading. I hope it resonates with you, or I don't know, some of you. Anyway, all right. So that's going to be it for now. We will see you next time. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you. I just wanted to shout out and say thank you to all my subscribers, new ones, old ones. Just a quick update. I am getting another project in. I know that's why a lot of you are here. It is coming. The dust is finally settling. So, yeah, that's going to happen. And we're still doing our 1,000 subs giveaway. And I need your help though. YouTube algorithms, everybody talks about it, but it is a thing. And the more you like, the more you comment, the more it tells YouTube that this is the kind of content that people want to see. And so that helps put my channel out there to more people. And there we go. Then, as Martha Stewart says, that's a good thing. And so we need more of that. I would like your comments just to know what you're into. You want to let me know what you'd like to see me make in the crafting portion of this channel, or what I would like is your comments on the Saturday videos. What questions do you have for me tarot wise? What do you want to know? And I really want to open up that dialogue with you guys. It helps the channel, and it just helps me be a better service to you. So, yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell for now. So, thanks for hanging in there, you guys. I appreciate every single one of you, and we'll see you next time.